And welcome. How we all doing? The whole six of ya. What's going on? Blast this out. Let's get more people in here. Come on. I know I'm just beginning. Just give me a sec here. I've been trying to. I've been like rushing around trying to get things done, and hell, I'll come on and do a live. Anybody can join. Pin to the top. Don't be bashful. Blast us out. Let's see. Like, subscribe. Please leave your comments. More comments, please. We love comments. We're not getting enough. Come on, guys. Where are all the comments? And okay, let's see here. Make sure this is done properly. Hey, Michael. Hey, Tim. Let's see. Just making sure we blast this out a bit. Again, sorry, I've been like rushing around trying to get stuff done. And I honestly, I don't know why I decided to come on, but I said, hey, why not? A little bit of time, a little bit, just a little bit, maybe a couple hours, anyways. On this dreary day off that I have, fall still, and it's just apps. Hey, Steve, how are you? You know, it's just absolutely. It's gonna rain soon. So, yeah, I was gonna go out and check something out, but unfortunately, I won't be able to do that because it's supposed to rain. So, hey guys, I'm stuck in here with you guys. Hope you're having a good day. It's like I said, it's miserable out here. Well, it's going to be. I managed to get out and go for a trail run, and yeah, look at. I got some remnants of my snack on my collar here. Yeah, fun. No, not Space Invaders. Should have been though. I do have some on hand on deck. Cheers. And we'll just wait to for more people to pop in. How long did it take to pack away all the Halloween props? Quickly had to do a lot that night because, like I said, it started to rain, so I didn't want a lot of them to get wet, especially the more expensive ones. That well, you know what, the lineup, the Halloween lineup, the Halloween prop lineup is getting old, and I need to add to it and build some new stuff. Excuse me. Um, so I managed to get a lot of the major stuff into the garage, but packing it up pretty much the next day. I took because I was on vacation. It took me probably a better part of the following day, the day after Halloween, to get it all packed up and put away. When you have a routine, it makes it so easy. So yeah, it's going to be epic. Why is that, Michael? Do tell us, Michael. I want to hear why your day is going to be epic. We want to hear. We want to hear. Hold on a sec here. Let me just. And there you go, Steve. I meant to do this before because you're in here quite a bit, and hey, why not? Um, as I mentioned last night on the show, I don't know if you heard me or not, Steve, but I finally tried the Monster Munch mayonnaise, and holy crap, was it ever good? It was really good. I mean, literally taste exactly like the crisps, like the Monster Munch. Oh, scary how good it is. And thank you again for taking the time to send it all the way from the UK. Thanks. Hey, Anne Reese, how are you? The short, welcome. The short is going to be epic because I'm still working on it. Okay, cool, awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, yeah. I just I was, you're kind of weary about stuff like that. Like is it gonna taste like the chips? I mean, I love the chips. And then when you saw it, when you posted that, oh my god, I'm like, damn you, I gotta have a bottle of that. I want to try it. And it sucks because we don't get that stuff here. I mean, we get stuff here that you guys probably like over there, but and the cool thing about it is it's not genetically modified, right? Or engineered. It's all natural ingredients primarily over there because you guys have a strict law with that. So that makes it even better. But there's no actual pickled onion in it. But who cares? It tasted good. Tasted good. I think what was it last year? It was like black garlic or something. Heinz came out with black garlic. Or was that in Japan? I don't know. One either there in the UK or Japan, it was black garlic. Something like that. I don't know. I did. You are now a moderator. Standard moderator. Hey Steve, yeah, I love pickled onions and the crisps. Space Raider. Yeah, ham and cheese. I'm not much of a ham fan, but I do have ham every once in a while. Um, but I love pickled onions. Space Raiders, Monster Munch, whatever. I enjoy them both. The Space Raiders more so than the Monster Munch, but they're both good. Let's see. Now we need Space Raiders to come out with something during Halloween or something like that. I don't know. Did you guys catch the show last night? Um. Oh. Oh. How so, Steve? Wiltshire ham is the bomb. Um. Did you guys catch the show last night? Yeah, we kind of frayed away from the topic at hand, and that being, so you want to be a paranormal investigator. Everyone's got their own take on it. Um, but you know what? There's just so much exploitation out there when it comes to the paranormal. I mean, I've been a part of this community for God 30 years now, researching and investigating actively um, the paranormal with a very skeptical eye. Um, I don't outright debunk. I don't think outright debunking is necessary. I do believe skepticism is, though. You do need to be very skeptical about a lot of things. And the reason why I say debunking is not healthy, like a lot of people seem to think it is, because we don't know. We really don't know because I mean the people who debunk aren't experts themselves. They're not experts either. You know, so there are things that they can outright debunk, and I get it. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are in the paranormal that will fake shit. all the time, and it's easy to detect. And of course, the debunkers are going to come out of the woodwork and literally put you on a pedestal and say, "Hey, look at this guy's a faker." Um, well, yes, absolutely. You need to be skeptical. You need to uh, criticize, and you need to critique. Hey, Tom, how are you? You need to um, recreate. You if you can't recreate, then obviously then you take it to the next level, and you employ, if you can, people who are experts or trained professionals in a particular area, such as videography, or a sound engineer, or so on and so on. Debunkers is like having a church of not. Yeah, yeah. You need to be skeptical. You need to with anything within the unknown umbrella that we call the paranormal, right? I mean, it goes without saying. But and again, debunkers that are here on YouTube, and again, I'm not calling any of them out, but again, it's all about the likes. It's all about the attention, and you do need that because there are a lot of people that are running rampant wild, if you will, making claims of the paranormal here on YouTube. And well, hey, it's entertainment. First and foremost, if you're unable to detect the difference between real paranormal investigations and entertainment, you have a serious problem, you know? But again, it leads me down the same road as I always go. And I hate going down this road, but you have to. Uh, yeah. We've all been started on the debunking channels. We've all been started on the paranormal channels. There are way too many problems, and that's things aren't regulated. It's like the Wild West. I think is the most correct terminology for the paranormal, and it has been for God knows how long. Parlor tricks have been a part of the paranormal since the late 1800s. The only debunking channel I watch is, but Beardo. I like Beardo because he's not an outright debunker. He does believe. He's more skeptical than anything. So I don't really call him a debunker. I call him more of skeptical. He has a healthy dose of skepticism, and he does look. He has the right frame of mind to try to. If I can recreate this, then hey, then we have a problem. You're not really catching anything paranormal, and that's something you all need to do when you investigate the paranormal. Come on, and you get debunking channels. I, you know, I don't know. Well, Beardo debunking wise, I guess is pretty good to watch. I like watching Beardo. I've been watching Kinney. He's an outright debunker, though, isn't he? I think he's just, and I sit there and go, again, these people, it's like who certified the certifier, you know? You know? So, mm. Any good bunking channels. Well, I think anybody did, Steve. Derek Carell. Accord. Yeah. Why do you say Kenny Biddle yes and Beardo no? Beardo sits more on. I think he's less, you know, critical than Kenny Biddle is, at least in my frame of mind. You know, I mean, he's willing to go out there and investigate, and I don't know. I'm not, like I said. I don't really watch Kenny too much, and Beardo I watch from time to time. I mean, and then you got other people like Side Eye, who's really just a straight out debunker, right? When it comes to the paranormal, it just basically doesn't believe in the paranormal, and that's fine. There are people that don't believe the paranormal doesn't exist, but I have to tell you, it does exist. It does. It's outside the scope of scientific understanding, the unknown, yet to be explained. That is the paranormal. It exists. Uh, gotcha. Yeah, he can get a little nasty with people, can he? I've seen that. Uh, Otis. Yeah, those damn Otis elevators, right? Hey, Sir Spookfest. Magical and a paranormal realm real. Yeah, it's a reality. It's there. It's just how a lot of people perceive it differently. A lot of people perceive it through scientific eyes. Hey, Frank, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a long time. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Um, I find people, obviously still approach it with a traditionally religious sort of state of mind, uh, or, mostly organized religion, obviously. What's good about you? Yeah, absolutely. And you have to be, Tom. You really do. You have to. You have to. I mean, let's face it. It's like anything in life, good and evil, whatever. However you want to look, what's good and what's evil, paranormal good, debunking evil, however you look at it, debunking good, paranormal evil. Like, I mean, it goes both ways. And each one of them, they have their ulterior motives. And on YouTube, a lot of it is attention. Let's get the likes, let's get the likes, let's get the subscribes, let's get the follows, whatever. You know, paranormal groups, their main objective is to film everything and put it up on fucking YouTube. That's not paranormal investigating. That isn't. So when you put it on YouTube and claim it is a paranormal investigation, I'm sorry. It to me, it's entertainment. You know, it's just entertainment. Um, hey Tracy, how are you? Any good paranormal investigator or researcher, very rarely do they release their information to the general public. They don't share it, right? They don't share it. They'll share it with other people in a research sort of manner, yes. And I mean, let's face it, a lot of places don't want their information blasted out there, broadcasted out there. It causes chaos. It really does. I mean, especially with some of the more notorious locations around the world. You have to sign a waiver, and you have to watch what you say about that location. You know, I mean, most recently, obviously, the mayhem with the Conjuring house, and of course, just recently the owner being arrested. But I mean, look at the chaos that created. People going out there and blasting shit on YouTube, um, even if it was wrong. Even if their information was wrong, it didn't matter. People were jumping on the bandwagon like there's no tomorrow. And you looked at some of the big names in the paranormal, like, Jason Hawes, coming and defending himself and his daughter. And I get it, but you know what? Just whatever. I mean, people react and react differently. And it's all about drama. I mean, it's just drama. That's all it is. Just pure entertaining drama. People love drama. And that's why they love these paranormal shows here on YouTube and other social platforms, because they're entertaining to watch, you know? And that's how I watch it. Do I believe it? No. A lot of times I don't believe it. Most of the time I don't believe it because I know what I'm watching. I can understand. I've been on both sides of the coin. I work in film. I know what it's like to be a part of something and putting it out there and making people believe this is real. I mean, not that I've ever done that, myself with my research or anything like that. My investigations have never been blasted out as being pure. Look at that. This is real. And it turns out not to be. No, I wouldn't do that. Hey, Bud Files, how are you? Absolutely, Ann. And that's people ask me, why do you continuously visit a location? Well, you're not going to thoroughly understand a location unless you visited it several times. Days, months, weeks, months, years, whatever. I mean, we have an ongoing investigation or research with the Spruce Lane farmhouse, and the whole objective is to bring the findings and somehow linking them to the historical values of the location, if anything. You know, I find people who run experiments to try to further the understanding of the paranormal. I find that fascinating. I find those are the people that really stretch the boundary or, look outside the box to broaden the paranormal understanding. It is Hysteria. I just finished it off. Yeah, I gotta watch The Penguin. Hysteria. I finished it off, and I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say too much. Obviously, I don't want to give out spoilers, but it's called Hysteria. It was actually not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, Michael, the drama has always been there. Again, and you really do need a thick skin when you're involved with the paranormal. You really do. Because if you don't have a thick skin, everything bothers you, and you become a drama king or queen or whatever. Yes, and question everything. That's the absolute one of the most important things in investigating the paranormal is to question everything. You need to question everything. You know, you're not always going to get the answers, obviously, because I mean, even science can't explain a lot of stuff that's going on, obviously, and that's why it's called the paranormal, outside the normal, outside the scientific scope. But I mean, does that mean it's outside, they say, the spiritual scope? I mean, you you look at things. You really want to dig down and do your research and look. I mean, read. You know what? Read the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I mean, right there, and how it is meant to help not only the living, but people who have died and sort of going through that transition of death or dead. Help them you know, prepare and guide them through the process of what they believe or what they claim in the Tibetan Book of the Dead as the different levels You know, do you want to be gearing yourself towards rebirth, or do you want to gear yourself towards enlightenment? I mean, there's a difference, obviously. If you don't, if most common people, if you don't educate yourself in in that sort of aspect, so they say, you will just jump to the other levels and then eventually become uh, just just rebirth, born again, but not necessarily a rebirth that you're looking towards, more towards something that you've sort of unfinished business with perhaps your current life and regrets and fears and all that sort of follow you. But I mean, if you're able to sort of understand that everything, during death, if you will, according to the book of death, the book of the dead, if you're willing to accept that what you're seeing and what you're experiencing are attachments, and that you need to detach yourself from these attachments and embrace the light, if you will, embrace the light and become a part of enlightenment. Therefore, you no longer become reborn, but you become infinite, if you will, with enlightenment. So, is this all true? We don't know. We obviously don't know. But it is very thorough. Hey, Julie, how are you? It's very thorough on how it's written. So, I mean, don't kill the messenger. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. I mean, but I do believe, I do suggest or recommend, it's a very good read. You know, so I do say educate yourself. If these are things that I think you need to understand when you're looking at the paranormal, or better understand, right? Exactly, Tom. Yes, because I mean we don't know. We simply don't know. I mean, there's a point when science becomes blurred, and it stops. It's I shouldn't say it stops. It continuously tries to explain, and through theory, I mean theories, and some theories become factual within time with studies and everything else, right? What are my take on demons? I believe are a part of you, right? I believe we all have demons. Demons are an attachment of something within you. I don't believe how people think that, I'm demonically possessed, or there's a demonic infestation, in my home or anything like that. I've had over 200 cases, and not one has ever been explained as something like that. No, never. So if there are demons, it's us humans. I do believe it's a part of our lifelong attachments, things that we fear, things that you got to remember, these are physical sort of aspects of the human body, right? It's things that we attach through, things that we fear, over time, and things that we experience. And, when you sort of, life is, even though it seems like such a short journey, it's a long journey in terms of understanding it, right? Dark entities. Dark entities. Shadow people? I don't know. Hey, Sab, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. But let's see. Yeah, exactly, Tom. Yeah, exactly. Dust bunnies. Cleaning and dust capture. Yeah. Oh, that's good. But yeah, I do not believe in the traditional sense or explanation of the demonic structure. That's why when you see a lot of these things online and YouTube here, when they tell you, oh, look at I was captured by a demon and I had the worst night of my life. Watch how I escape. You know, sure, it's a good catchy sort of clickbait title, but that's it, really. Um, Again, that's interesting, Frank. And again, that's something when you kind of like go down the metaphysical sort of realm and you sort of educate yourself with the metaphysical realm. That is something that you absolutely learn a lot more about. Astro. I like that. Consciousness of people who've died and have joined the Astral Library of Knowledge. I like that. Uh, yeah, Zach Bagans is a joke. Right from the get go. I remember when he first came out of the woodwork, when he was a nobody. He still is a nobody, but it's sad that people again. He's like the Taylor Swift of the fucking paranormal. How about that? Is he? Uh, yeah, OBEs again are real, but I think need to be explained better. Obviously, and I think the research that's out there that's doing a great job. But I think we need to understand OBEs a lot more than we do now. I mean, it's critical that we understand stuff like that. Uh, and I mean, yeah, see, Tom, that kind of brings out another thing. I mean, our understanding of how our place here in the universe, humans, and how death is the great unknown, the great question. But again, you got to bring in what about other life forms in this universe? You know, what about other life forms? I mean, there's got to be. We can't be the only life forms here, like intelligent life forms here in the universe. We can't be. It makes no sense. This vast. Is it vast? Is it really vast? Physically, is it really vast? And that's the question. Or is it just something they want you to think? Again, that's another conspiracy for another show, but I'm not going to get into that. But you know, is it a part of your mind? Is it, again, your mind is so powerful, and we really just don't understand the potential our minds really do have. I mean, look at we only use a certain percentage, right? So think about a person who's trapped inside their mind, somebody who for some reason had a debilitating accident, and they're conscious but they can't move, and literally can't speak, whatever, can't move anything, and literally are living inside their mind. Their life is inside their mind. It's like a person who's deaf or a person who's blind, and how you have to adjust your way of life. and how you think. I mean, these are things that are very important for us to understand, to better understand something as we go through it in life. And it just amazes me how we all think we're experts. We're not. God no. It's that human that passes away. Yeah, I mean, loses 21 grams. Yeah, I mean, we have a physical vessel, and again, we're going to the Tibetan, um, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, if you will, and the metaphysical world. Attached very much so. The unseen world, the world of energy, and we are attached to it. We omit and receive frequencies constantly throughout our environment that we live within. Now, that you're telling me dies when your physical being vessel dies? No, absolutely not. Energy is infinite. So is that 21 grams that we lose? Is that got something to do with the energy that we have housed within our body? Who knows? Is it what we call the soul? Who knows? I mean, most likely. We're all newbies, Sir Spookfest. We're all students. We're all students. Like I said, 3 years. 30 years, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning, right? Still learning. You're always going to learn, always. And I think you always have to have that sort of mentality when you look at the paranormal. You know, never consider yourself an expert because you're not. How can there be an expert in the unknown? There can't be. There isn't. Or somebody who's certified in the paranormal. I use the phrase all the time. Who certified the certifier? You know, we're all students. I love it, Tom. 20 years of paranormal research. Yeah, maybe. 20 years, you become a rookie. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing again, when you look at the Tibetan Book of the Dead and you look at certain things that if you don't understand what you're going through, you kind of are fast tracked to the rebirth sort of level. And when you are reborn, certain attachments stay with you in the new birth, the new life, if you will. And a lot of people will say, "Well, hey, you know, why does this seem so familiar? Deja vu and certain feelings, you can't shake them. It just is so familiar, but you don't know why." And these could quite possibly be a part of that, Michael. Quite possibly. Again, we don't fully understand our reasoning, our reasoning for being here and why we're here, why we exist. And most people will say, "Well, we're fucking animals, right? Look at it, animals. Just that's the way it is. That's the cycle of life." But is it? Is it really the cycle of life? I mean, uh, does the same thing that happens with us happen to other animals? Do they understand what's going on happening to them? I mean, most likely they do, but obviously can't articulate like we can, obviously, or They can, we just don't understand it. Holy fuck, this is getting deep. I didn't want to go deep like this. Jesus. Somebody come up and stop me from this rhetoric. I guess continuing on from last night's show, like I said, we got sidetracked, and that's always what happens when our good friend Justin comes on. We get sidetracked, but it was fun. It's always great having him on. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people say, Tom, wherever they're located. Yeah, we're just a part of a simulation. We're already almost demolished as a species. We're running the program. God, you're such a fucking Debbie Downer, Sap. No, I'm just kidding. I think animals are intelligent. We just, well, exactly, and that's what I mean. Like, I mean, we just don't understand. I mean, we have learned about animal languages, so I mean, we know a little bit. Like whales and so on and so birds. We kind of know a little bit about communication and how they communicate with each other, but we don't know the full extent of it. But what I'm getting at is like, like dying. you know do they know they're dying? Do they know they're dead? Do they know? Are they reincarnated too? Or is there a rebirth, or do they go to a higher sort of existence, being enlightenment, like the Tibetan Book of the Dead claims? Again, that's a I think a legitimate question to ask. Yes, Cass. Nine lives. Yeah, yeah, good question, Steve. I would probably say so. I mean, the I again, when we look at how humans have been domesticated over the years, we had our hunter gatherer sort of period in our existence. We did have those sort of sensories, right? We did have sensories, extra sensories that we now have no idea how to use, and that's because of domestication. The filters that society has like instilled in newborns, well, not necessarily newborns, but children as they grow. There are things that you're told and taught, the wrongs and rights. And again, you look at religion, and they're full of them. Don't be bad, or else you'll be haunted by a demon, or you'll go to hell. Fear. It's Santa Claus, for crying out loud. If you're bad, you're going to get a lump of fucking coal or nothing. You know, the Easter Bunny. Or the Tooth Fairy. You're good. You put money under your fucking pillow, you're going to get. Or sorry, if you put your tooth under your pillow, you're going to get money. Control mechanisms. Control mechanisms. Scary, but there's a lot more to life than a lot of people really understand or realize. And the same goes with the paranormal, right? I mean, it's got its place, and like a lot of things in life, we're trying our damnedest to better understand it. And right now, looking at this from 30, 35 years of time spent, I've noticed that it's very stagnant. It's been very stagnant for a long time, and very slow in our understanding. Piece by piece, still. Hey, how you doing, Liam? Good to see you. It's piece by piece, it's like literally being solved, but very slowly. Uh, yeah, I'm always intrigued by UFO stuff and crypto. Crypto, like I said, I had an experience years ago that I've mentioned quite often on the show that has made me a believer in crypto. Uh, and yeah, and again, yes, same with what you call it with UFO. Well, thank you, Ann, for joining us. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you back. I mean, our regular shows are every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 a.m. UK time. So that's the actual radio show. But I do pop in here from time to time to do these open formats for everybody, and yeah. But thanks for popping in, and definitely look forward to seeing you again. Take care. And well, yeah, and always looking for new people who investigate the paranormal and bringing them into the fold and having them on the show to kind of talk about their experiences. And Doc, Sir Spookfest, Michael told me I need to have you on too. But we all, like I said, we have dark discussion open round tables, so we're always looking for new perspectives on the paranormal. So, hey, who knows? Um, Definitely enjoy having new people um, on to discuss things. I don't care how new you are. You have a unique perspective, period. And I mean, like I said, I always learn. I always learn. What I never say what I'm doing is right. Because I mean, like I said, I'm always learning from somebody else who's been doing this, quite longer than I have. I mean, our good friend Richard Parmesan, who comes on the show, has, you know, yeah. There you go, Michael. But Michael, you need to keep up the good job. You're doing a good job on your channel. Keep it up. Keep trying to explain. Keep trying. Keep looking. Keep searching. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Always enjoy your stuff when you put it out there. So keep it up. Don't stop. Don't stop, dude. Don't stop. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I might go for a little bit longer, but guys, somebody click the link. I don't want to drive you guys batty. I must be driving you guys batty by now. Yes, Michael, keep searching. You're doing a great job. You're doing a wonderful job. Um, yeah. So, anyways, the last episode, we're shooting the last little bit left for the Dark Woodlot. The last episode of the Dark Woodlot will be probably the end of November, early December, and that will be the last episode of the series. So if you've not caught any of the series, please watch them. And again, they're very unorthodox. They're very different from what you normally expect from things on the paranormal here on YouTube. Um, and I think the ending, the last episode, is going to have a little bit of a twist. shocking twist, I think. It's Mike. I think that's gonna most likely turn turn up in the last episode. So I don't want to go too much into details with that. But yeah, that's like I said, we're shooting it this Saturday. We're shooting it. In fact, yeah, hold on. Yeah, this Saturday. Abandoned baseball field, huh? Well, that's good, man. That's I love Field of Dreams. There you go. Is it a field of dreams or is it a field of nightmares? There you go, Michael. Explore the field of nightmares with Michael. Let's see. Okay. Just reading here. Just reading. Oh, hold on. Where is it? Welcome back, Sab. Welcome back. And like I said, we're gonna get a new merch store up and running soon. Again, we've been searching kind of high and low to the, I guess, the best sort of fit for us to get our stuff out. And of course, we're going to have a Scooter Guy T-shirt for the Darkwood lot made available. And I mean, this guy's always trouble. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Obviously, we've got Betty in the background as well, so I'll just mute my camera.
That's okay. How do you mute a camera?
Like that. Like that.
So what's new and exciting, Sab? What have you been up to?
Oh, hang on. Shh, turn that down a little bit, please. Come on. Yeah, I've been up to the workshop today, so I've been sorting all that out. It's fantastic, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Peter helped set up the business with, etc. for him, and me moving him now back with him again. They're excited for me to join forces and bring all that extra stuff now, you know what I mean? Bring mine to theirs and whatnot. But he's literally this week bought out an old mowers company. So, yeah, it's like an established, they do grounds work and tree, all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's kind of bought pretty much what was left of their machinery and, shelving, you name it, the shop, basically, what was left of the shop. 900 bucks it would be, yeah.
Wow.
And he's got, and I'm not joking, I've got here, for example, look at this. I'm not joking, seriously. Anybody's birthday today? Anybody's birthday?
Yeah, is it anybody's birthday today? Wow.
A lathe, metal.
Wow.
Yeah. They were just giving that away, like.
Giving it away?
Yeah, they basically just give it away, man. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just one little bit. I do kind of look. I'll go off in a second. It does show. I'll go up and show the shop a little bit as well. You can see. Look, there's an engine hoist in the background there. Yeah, full barrel, all the shelving, all the kitchen out, making it look nice.
They're giving this stuff away?
Basically, he's paid like 700 quid English. And he's got all of this, he's got all of this stuff with it. You see like them containers of oil on the floor? There's about 50 of them. Look at this workshop that they've had there.
Wow.
And we've had we've had loads of their stuff out of there. Like, yeah, they've just basically, what the lads have done, because they're changing the laws and everything on tax and etc. here. So it's not feasible for them to have employees. So now what the employees or the lads that were left in that company, they've gone solo. They've basically gone sole traders, etc. They
Yeah.
do freelance. They do freelance work
Yeah.
under the database of what they had customer wise with the company, etc.
Mm.
So they've just stocked out of their vans, and then whatever's left, they've kind of said, "Here, Pete, do you want this?" Like, so we've been over there. We've filled the van 3 times today. Like seriously, we filled it
Wow.
up 3 times. Yeah, so much stuff. Like honest to God. So wait until we set up shop at the workshop now, up at the yard and whatnot. And you'll see all the different, all it going in there, display units. So we got hire shop in there. We've got the fixing and mending part of it. We've got, you know what I mean, the workshop as in like welding, cutting, and yeah. So yeah,
That's
so much
great.
stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Just furthering what we're doing, mate. Just furthering what we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's building and building now. Darling, I know you want to be the star of the show, but yeah,
Uh,
that's what I thought. Dude.
that's hilarious.
No, yeah, we're doing pretty good. So, also, Sue Linds, who joins us in chat. Sue, if you're there, give us a shout. I know you're usually watching, but Sue Linds is sending me, or has sent already, some selenite rods, crystal
Oh,
rods,
wow.
selenite crystals.
Yeah.
Because they're like long and thin, etc. Now, I'm going to make some devices which are going to help us to do paranormal investigations, etc.
Cool.
I said this last year. I had a few ideas of what, you know what I mean, different
Mhm.
devices that can help us.
Yep.
So selenite's quite a strong energy receiver transmitter. Right?
Mhm.
It's one of them. It it helps to clear focus. It helps to transmit all them. So my idea is perspex box,
Okay.
a sealed perspex box. Inside the box, you'll have a little wooden frame, like a hangman. The best way I can describe it is like a hangman frame. You know, one bar
Yeah.
across, and then a
Mhm.
little bit in the corner. Yeah, so a hangman
Yep.
bar.
Mhm.
A piece of string, wire, or whatever, holding a piece of selenite, which is encased in a spiral copper wire. You know, like you would get on a pendant. That sort
Yeah.
of idea.
Mhm.
Right. And then obviously you can put that into a location and see if you actually get a response from it in places, because other people have also given the idea of dowsing rods. So same idea, like a
Yeah.
perspex, but with like a dowsing rod attached on the inside, free floating on the inside of it. Therefore, any energies, you know what I mean, communication that can be done through that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyway, that's just one little idea I'm thinking about.
That is pretty cool.
If anybody's listening and they kind of hint what you know what I'm kind of where I'm going with this, like maybe some suggestions, some ideas, like obviously I'm gonna try lots of different materials, etc. You know what I'm saying?
That would be pretty cool, dude. That'd be
But yeah,
pretty cool. If you're looking for anybody who wants to test them out too, eh?
yeah. This is what I'm saying. I'll send some out. Like this is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm like.
I'm always looking.
I'll send them out as Christmas presents, etc. Yeah.
Am I? I'm just reading now. Am I keeping the nocturnal frequency logo? What do you mean? What do you mean, Steve?
Hello, everybody in chat, by the way. Michael, Steve, Tim, Spookfest, Tom.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're keeping the logo.
I wanted it.
What's that?
I wanted it. If you're not keeping it, can I have it? Bagsy having it.
Yeah. I'm just just reading the chat here. I didn't catch that. So yeah, no, yeah. As far as I know, we're keeping it. Why do you ask? I don't know why you ask. I don't know. Do not know why. Yeah. So that is cool, man. And this is what I mean. This is, these are the sort of things that I really are intrigued with the paranormal. People who go out there and they do make these sort of devices that, hey, you never know, right? You never know what kind of findings or whatever. So how would it detect, how would it would this be able to record? Like, how does it sort of react? Will it react?
Pendulum. It's on a pendulum basically, so it would start swinging. So obviously you
Okay.
start asking it questions: swing right to left, swing,
Okay.
reverse your swing, go in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Make a
Gotcha.
spiral. Yeah. Ask it to do things, and if it does it, then obviously you've got a response from it. You
Yeah.
record it, and if you want to, we could make it so the perspex box has a little side thing on it, so you can put your phone that kind of slots in the side and records it as it's doing what it's doing, I suppose. But generally speaking, we've all got cameras, we all do, but we have our own setup and whatnot anyway. So you've got a full picture of it then as well, not just straight up on top of it.
Yeah, Steve. We're keeping the logo. We're doing a refresh. So with the provider, we're not too happy with the merch store right now. Like the material is not the best, and the pricing's kind of. So we're looking at all our options, and yeah, we'll keep that. You're probably going to do a refresh with a new merch store. So hold off. I'll definitely let you guys know. Obviously, when that happens, hopefully sooner than later. We're looking probably probably in the next week or two. Michael wants to create a device that works like Simon, and it detects temperature change, but I don't know how. Works like Simon, and it detects a temperature change. Interesting.
Wouldn't a good idea be using like the laser thermometers?
Yeah. But the Simon bit though, how would you be able to slave it to the part where it talks, but it's being utilized by some sort of outside phenomena, if you will? We have an a Bubble Boy tee too. That'd be pretty cool. A Bubble Boy shirt. uh, that'd be pretty cool too, Steve. But no, Scooter Guy for sure. We'll have a Scooter Guy shirt. That's coming up. My theory is this: can touch if they can touch it. Gotcha. Thermal sensor. Simonizer. Thermal simonizer. Okay, now you got me. What's a simonizer?
I'm not sure what a salmonizer is, as well, to be honest with you.
I haven't got a clue what that is.
Come on, Google, show me what a salmonizer is.
I do not know what a thermal simonizer is. Thermal, I've got an idea what thermal is, obviously.
It's in French.
It's in French?
Why is it in French?
I have no idea.
J'ai dû salmonizer les voitures et acteurs.
Yeah. It is a Simon Says.
What the heck are we doing? It's all in French. Everyone's in French. You mean a seismometer?
When you type in paranormal Simon Says.
Oh, it's a Simon Says.
Here you go.
See, Michael, you're onto something then. We did actually speak about this last year as well. So an ionization device that obviously sets off a polarized or negative, whichever way you want to put it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a polarized or positive or negative ionization into the earth. Now, obviously, if you can put something onto that can detect the change within the ionization in the air around it, then yeah. That should also show like an increase in temperature differences. It should electromagnetics, electrostatics. That all interferes with that sort of device. So yeah, if you could, it's measuring it. See, I have spoke about this, but you need obviously a contained unit where that releases the ionization, and then you have a detector detecting all the different factors of how the ionization is being affected. And then obviously you're going to need to run screen tests on all machinery or technology or whatever else around it. And all these Yeah,
I think he was being facetious. Now I'm reading it now. Hey, thermosimonizer. I'm just getting it now. Sorry. Oh my God, slow. Simonizer. Thermosimonizer. That's why it's coming up like that.
yeah, that's why it's
Uh,
coming out all French time. There's no such thing. That's why I
uh,
said that. But no,
uh,
that's what I said. Like when they're talking about that does actually bring, it does actually bring like a physical thing that I've already thought of, like which is the ionization. It's an ionizer,
yeah.
and then you know what I mean? The change in the ions, the positive and negative. So it would read a positive or negative change, and that's an electromagnetic kind of field around it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Do you know what I'm saying? That's there's some sort of interaction happening there. Yeah.
You're thinking about getting a RF spectrum analyzer for. Yeah, they're great to have, Steve. And yeah, the Chinese actually do make some really good ones.
Hmm.
It's just like most people will discount the Chinese stuff as being cheap, but no, you know what? It's cheap in price, but you know what? And cheaply made. But the thing is that they're really good, though. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Good to see you. Uh, Simonizer detects para and ski energy through temperature shifts and usually light patterns. $12 a Canadian Tire. Thanks. I'll have to go to Canadian Tire to grab one of those. Oh, I like it.
Couple $100, yeah.
Tom, you're
Couple hundred
classic.
bucks.
uh, I love it. And the way you tire. How do you spell tire there in the UK?
Depends on which way you talking about it. Put it into a sentence and I'll explain it. You could talking about tire as in I'm getting tired, or tire as in what you put on a car.
Tires that you put on a car.
TYRE.
See, that's weird, man. Over here it's TIRE.
But that's to get tired. So I tire of being here.
Yeah, tire wheel. So yeah, that's fucking weird. I thought that's what it was. Yeah.
Tire of the
So so when he says Canadian Tire, it's like, oh, he's actually saying Canadian Tire. But yeah, that's weird. I've never seen it spelled like that before. But hey, a little bit of the ultraviolence. Yeah, that's tired and sleepy. Yeah, tired.
Hello, Mel. By the way, sorry.
Tell the audience what Canadian Tire is, bro. I will tell you what's Canadian Tire. You want to see what? Let's see. For those of you who have never been in a Canadian Tire before, I will show you. And you know what? It just started off as a tire shop, but now has ballooned up to like literally. Let's see. And it's funny watching an American going through Canadian Tire. So what the hell? I'll give it from an American standpoint. Okay. This guy's always pretty cool. Okay, so here you go. This is an American. This is a Canadian showing an American. What Canada Tire is all about.
We've been looking for 10 minutes now, and I still have yet to see a tire. Now we're getting somewhere. Not tires, tire racks. We must be getting
care,
close.
Steve.
Smell that rubber?
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the vlog, because today we are in Canada with my American friend Jason, who is back finally after the border is half open one way. And I'm going to take Jason inside a Canadian Tire. We've been wanting to do it for such a long time. Have you ever been inside one?
I've only been into the auto center when we had that car issue.
Oh right, we went to Montreal and we hit something on the road.
So they took care of you for free.
For free. They were so nice, and
So nice.
but you've never actually gone inside. You've heard a lot about it, I
Yes.
think, and specifically Jim Gaffigan did a whole bit about Canadian Tire
yeah.
on his stand-up set.
I don't know why I would think they only sell tires. It's not like the store is called Canadian Tire. You know, people love shopping for tires. We lure them in with the tires.
What do you hope to see here today? What's your expectation?
I want a whole stack of tires that goes up to the ceiling. Like racks and racks, rows of tires.
It's not going to be what you think, sir.
We lure them in with the tire. And boom, we sell them a blender.
It's very true, unfortunately.
So so some tires.
There's some tires.
So why I call it Canadian
I
Tire?
don't know. I'm sure it started out as like just auto shop. Comment down below. Where did Canadian Tire start? How did it start out? Now it's much more.
So I have zero expectation of what to expect.
If we find something interesting, maybe we'll grab it out here and test it out. I just wanted, see what you.
It's different. Feels way more open.
It's a good location. There's another one down the street, Canadian Tire, that's not as good as this one, in my opinion.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
They got grills.
So that's what a Target is? Like I know they had Target here as well, but like I don't remember ever thinking it was close to what this is.
Yeah, I would.
But Target has clothes.
Clothes.
Stuff, right?
Is there no clothes here?
No, not really. Not for like just normal clothes wear.
Yeah.
You want a giant match? So you have to leave.
Smells clean, new.
Yeah. Oh, look at the film.
So where are the tires?
That's a TK Maxx.
Yeah.
Well, that's the great quest. Oh my God, there's a whole bucket of those.
Yeah, I'm ready to find.
It's literally got
tires.
everything.
Me too. Yeah, sure.
Everything.
Just to appease you.
These are cool.
What is it?
Housewares,
Thing. You can walk
automotive.
on the water.
It's got
Oh
everything.
yeah.
But basically, they just, like you said, they started that's
If I
like
bring
an
my
old
car, I'd take
shop,
it home.
and then they just kept
There's not
expanding
one of
and
those.
expanding.
I suppose
and
if you know where
this is
you're
what it's ended
going,
up being.
this place is
Yeah.
fine.
You feel a little.
You ever been to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot? And you walk in, you're like, I have no idea where I'm going
Yeah.
or what I'm supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
Even though you knew before you went in there.
Right.
And then you're like wandering, like, no, I don't know where I'm going. Like every aisle seems like a very unique thing. Like this is like lawn care, so I get that. Like patio, lawn care, leading into the garden centre.
Yeah. Centre. No, it's not Centre. It's Center. It's how you spell it.
Right. Do you have Can Jam? Do you guys sell Can Jam?
I don't know. What's a can jam?
Made in US, and it's a lawn game.
Oh, it's like
The cans, you throw
put
the
it in.
frisbee in.
Yeah, I remember that from my days over in America.
No, I don't see it. I see you have cornhole, but you call it shuffle bag.
Oh, kites. There you go.
Kite,
That's what you
Canadian
need.
flag kite.
You got to bring that home and fly it to downtown Buffalo. What other things do you have or don't have? Let's see. It's just so vast, this store.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a lot
pinpoint
like Walmart.
One thing.
All right, what is this? Is a camping
It's got
area?
huge.
Feels like a
It
wide
does have a
variety of
huge selection
everything.
of tires.
It's true.
It's overwhelming.
It is. You're kind of right. You kind of got to come in here with some ideas.
They got a whole sporting section.
Oh yeah,
ice skates. This is Canada. This is not something you would see in the States
really like you don't sell hockey.
somewhere. Not tires, but tire racks.
We're close.
We must be getting close.
I can smell it.
Smell that rubber? I imagine it's closer to the shop, the auto shop.
Right next to Party City. You found it. Is this what you imagined?
I think yes, it's some tires.
It's not as spectacular.
Definitely not as spectacular as you would hope. I wanted stacks to the ceiling. They only have one of each.
There's a pile here, no?
Yeah, there's a pile. I suppose we could stack it up.
Now you're a little disappointed.
Well, you name your entire store after a tire, not just any.
But yeah, it's like a Walmart, but it has like literally everything. Mostly seasonal stuff. They just recently bought out Party City from the US. Party City is like literally like falling to pieces in the US, and it was up here, but it is up here. Sorry, Canadian Tire bought it out and now incorporated it into their stores, but they have standalone stores. They have a huge automotive section. I mean, you need your car repaired. They got a huge garage, if you will. Like massive garage. Like these places are massive, like massive. They're even more so larger than fucking Walmart. It's crazy how big these things are. But there you go. Tom wanted me to explain. Well, there you go. That's what a Canadian Tire looks like. And they used to have their own money. Canadian Tire used to have their own money. You could literally you'd get so much when you spent so much money. They give you so much money.
Like a token based thing.
Yeah, and you could, obviously you can only spend it in Canadian Tire, but I mean, you used to be able to get so much stuff, and not for free, but I mean, using the Canadian Tire money, right? Now they have a rewards card like everybody else does. It's a bit like Tim Hortons. Most UK won't know. I mean, have you come across a Tim Hortons there, Sab?
Yeah, I remember Tim Hortons way back when. They were very, very, do you know what I mean? But Co-op, we've got a shop called Co-op here as well. They were actually many years ago. They did the same thing with, and Tesco's done it as well as the incentive to the buyer, where they basically started creating their own money in the store and that, like.
Yeah.
And they, like you say, it's a loyalty points based. You know what I mean? Like next points, like all whatever.
Exactly, loyalty based. That's, and a lot of people were like, I remember when they said, "Okay, well, we're gonna get rid of the money, and we're just gonna have a rewards thing." And people are like, "No, screw you! How am I supposed to spend the money?" Like people would like bank this shit. They would come in with like literally wads of bills, because they used to be bills, right? Like $1, $5 bills, whatever, right? Hey, Jimmy, how are you? And literally would come in with big wads of it and say, "How the hell am I supposed to use it now?" Tim Hortons, the supermarket. No, well, Tim Hortons is literally just it was supposed to be a coffee shop, and that's all it was. And then it was bought out, and it's become like literally a restaurant now. And it's lost its identity. But people would identify Canadians for Tim Hortons. Now it's a lot different, I'll tell you that. It used to be. I mean, if somebody was to identify a Brit, what store would they identify it with? Like what kind of thing? What do you find Brits go to all the time? What do they gravitate to?
After Tesco's, it's just Walmart basically. Same as over there.
Yeah, but when I think of Walmart, I think of the States, obviously, the U.S.
No, we got Asda. Asda is our Walmart. They're actually a Walmart bought out Asda, so we technically got Walmart here in England.
Yeah. No, I figured you guys did have them there. I mean, they're everywhere now, right? Walmart's everywhere. You got crap.
Yeah, we call them Asdas.
Identify with Canadians, but a UK store would be Tesco. Yeah, that's what Tom's saying. Tesco.
After Tesco, Lidl's. We got a German company. Here's a good story for you. This is actually a pretty interesting story for you.
Yeah.
We got two companies one's called Lidl's and one's called Aldi. Now,
Aldi,
yeah, they were actually German brothers.
Yeah.
Who set off business over here, but then had a disagreement, so they both went and created their own stores.
They have Aldi's in the U.S. too. Yeah, I've seen Aldi's. Not here though. Yeah. And what about? Do you guys still have Marks and Spencers there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh,
they were all over here. Now they're just all gone.
We joke about them because they're just for the posh people, like you know, when some rather posh because they shop at Marks and Spencer. But when I rode down the country, that's another real funny story I had as well. Like because Marks and Spencer, they have their own advert, so it's like this isn't any ordinary chocolate. This is chocolate imported, and do you know what I mean? Like it goes like really like kind of talking seductively and giving it a whole description of where it's from. Do you know what I mean? When I was riding down the country down in England, I'd actually stumbled across a petrol station, a garage, that sold fuel for the car. but it was a Marks and Spencer petrol station. No, I'd never
Wow.
seen. Yeah, I'd never seen. No, we associate prices in the shop in the petrol station as being really high anyway, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. So a Marks and Spencer, which is high price, and a petrol station, which is high price, together as one thing. It was just, I'm going, this isn't any ordinary diesel. This is diesel imported from Irania, drizzled from head to toe down a husk, dark-skinned, dark-haired-bodied man. Oh, as it drips off his toes, it goes into our containers, and we bring it direct to our petrol stations. I was given like a seductive advert for the petrol that they sold.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's I mean, each place, you know, you still. No, they're gone. They're long gone now. Woolworths.
Ours have gone as well.
Yours are gone.
No, we got WH Smiths? Oh no, they were talking about Woolworths. Yeah, Woolworths is gone. We've got WH Smiths still. So.
Yeah, it's gone. We had what's CNA? I don't know. CNA. What's CNA? Crate something. I don't know. What's CNA?
I can't remember. CNA. Just CNA. I was just using.
I mean, we used to have Sears here. Sears. Sears is gone now. Sears.
Debenhams. We've lost all over Debenhams now as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had Debenhams over there, the shop.
No.
Well, it's mostly a clothes shop predominantly, but they do sell householdy and, you know, bits and pieces and trinkets and whatever else as well. They usually have like a perfume as well, like all that sort of stuff in there.
It's like HMV, right? HMV.
No, completely. HMV was just music, completely just music.
Yeah, no. It's gone here. Like I said, it's another one that, you know, came over from there. It's gone. We don't have any more HMV.
Yeah, I think we've lost all of ours as well, to be honest with you.
CNA, furniture clothing store. No, I'm not familiar with that. CNA. I'm not familiar with CNA. Yeah, I one of the biggest Brit sort of thing. I remember Sears from Young and Dundas. I think Young and Dundas. There's the Eaton Center. The Eaton Center, but there was a Sears in it as well. That's gone.
Oh, there's an HMV in Leeds in London. Okay, there's not many of them left. There can't be because I haven't seen many of them knocking about.
Yeah.
I think the digital age killed a lot of the stores, like music stores and all that.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them.
You can download everything now. You don't need to go and buy a physical DVD or anything anymore.
Well, I think a lot of them are some of them are holding on by a thread, but the reason why is because they've kind of gone retro. There's kind of like a resurgence of, like, say, you know, vinyl and VHS and stuff like that. And some of them have branched out into like anime and pop art and stuff like that. They've gone. The path is still there in TO, Tom. It's gone through quite a lot of transformation, because I mean they've been doing a lot of construction in and around Union Station, but the path is still there. All the underground shops, but a lot of the shops, kind of died out because of COVID, right? When they had the stupid lockdowns, a lot of the shops died, which is kind of sad. But yeah, it's because people can get albums online. Exactly. Wayne, and that's a sad thing. But I mean, there are people who still love their vinyl. They love vinyl. I mean, you have people who are buying vinyl, releasing tape cassettes now as well. You know,
what's a tape cassette?
Huh?
What's a tape cassette?
It's like, the little tape.
No, no.
I was gonna say, but a lot of these independent groups will release a vinyl an album and a tape version, along with the digital sort of things as well. Is there a lot of so what are you talking about? Pot shops? There's shitloads everywhere, fucking everywhere. There's like every corner now. There's so many pot shops.
Thrift stores, even what we call second-hand shops.
Thrift shops, yeah, we've got places called Value Village. There's one called Value Village, and there's another one called Goodwill. Goodwill, and there's another one I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's all secondhand stuff, right? Thrift
Well,
shops.
what I mean is because there's been a big strain for normal, like mom and pop businesses, we'll call them, like what I mean, local businesses. A lot of them are shut down, and second-hand shops, thrift stores have taken over. So they've filled a lot of them have filled that void. In our town, there's like every street there's about 3 or 4 thrift stores, little ones. Independent ones, non-independent ones, you know what I mean? More like
Yeah.
Mary Curie, British Art Foundation, Oxfam. There's a lot of them as well, like you know what I mean. And they're not when you say the second-hand, a lot of them Oxfam shops, British Art Foundations, they don't just do second-hand shop. They do half and half. So half the shop is actually filled with new stuff under the guise of fair trade. This
Fair
bowl
trade, yeah.
was made by a man in Cambodia. Please pay him the fair wage that that you would expect to pay somebody in your own country. And I'm thinking, yeah, but if I pay him the normal wage that he would get in Cambodia, that's still only pennies compared to what I would get. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't get the logic behind that. Like they're basically trying to say that they're trying to improve their pay. So what they're trying to just basically change their economy completely via us.
Yeah.
They want to take our economy away and build theirs up. I don't get it. I don't understand that concept.
No.
I really don't get it.
Steve, you should explain the path to the UK audience. They would be really interested. Oh, the path is just, how you got the tube there, right? The tube, the underground.
Yeah.
The underground, right? And
Yeah.
literally, the path is an underground walkway from which stretches. I don't know how far it goes, but it goes far, and it weeds its way through much of TO, and they have shops and restaurants and so on and are linked to the subway stations. But they have links to the to the outside as well. How long would it take for you to drive as far west as you could drive without reaching the sea, Steve? Wow. The sea that God, you're looking at it would probably take me about 17. West. Oh God. That's different. East it would be about 17 hours to get to the Atlantic Ocean for me, roughly about 17 hours. To the Pacific Ocean and the West Coast, you're looking at about 3 days, give or take. 3 days, 3 days drive to stretch across Canada, pretty much. Well, not from Ontario to BC, about 3 days, roughly. Crazy, huh? Crazy. That's how long. Canada is a long country. It's huge. And 90% of its population is along that corridor, down along the U.S. border. But yeah, about 3 days. You could drive, for about 3 days before you hit the sea, before you hit the. I mean, if you were to drive on a diagonal, that's a lot further. Say from where I'm situated, going up to Yellowknife into the Yukon, into Alaska, then you're looking at about 4 days, close to about 4 days, roughly. And you're talking 3 days straight driving. Yeah, exactly. 3 days straight driving. 3 days straight driving. Right. With sleep and pit stops, you're looking at maybe 3.5 days, roughly 3.5 days to get to the ocean, to the Pacific Ocean. I mean, you know what? It's an interesting drive. Although I don't recommend driving through the Maritimes, or not the Maritimes, but the through Saskatchewan is kind of boring. Winnipeg is kind of, Manitoba's kind of boring. Much of Northern Ontario is kind of boring. It's just, forest. That's all it is, forest. Manitoba is pretty much the same. But when you get out to Saskatchewan, then it's all flat. It's all flat farmland, because that's where a lot of the farming is done, is in Saskatchewan, right? A lot of stuff is farmed out in Saskatchewan. Alberta, it starts off flat, and then it becomes very mountainous, right? When you get to the other side into BC, then you start hitting the Rocky Mountains, right? You start hitting the Rocky Mountains in BC, right? So I mean, what going through Alberta and then BC is a pretty cool fucking drive. Let's see. In England, you're never more than 90 minutes from the sea by car. Really?
Mm.
Really? Wow. So if I was to travel from Wales, say Wales to, the bottom half of England, the UK, whatever, England, all the way up to the northern part of Scotland, how long would it take me to travel from one point to the other?
Depends which way you mean. If you're talking like Land's End, that way down. If you're like looking at England, this is Wales. You know what I mean? Ireland's over here in the sea. This is Scotland up here. So if you're talking,
well, we'll say the bottom. Yeah, the bottom of
that'd be Land's End to John O'Groats, I think. And I don't know. Let me Google it.
Yeah.
Land's End to John O'Groats. Somebody else will probably type this quicker than me now. And
I think I heard somebody say it like a day or something.
And then to John O'Groats driving. There you go. Let's see. It is approximately 837 miles, taking between 12 to 14 hours with normal traffic conditions.
Wow.
There you go. So yeah, a day's travel basically.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, Wales to Weymouth is 12 to 14 hours. Approximately 12 to 14 hours, depending on the starting points and route. Yeah. So it's always has to do with the route, right? I mean, the traffic and everything, what time of the day you leave, what time you're going through a lot of these places, like these main hubs. I mean, here, you have no choice. A lot of the roads are literally because I would have to go around the Great Lakes, right? I mean, I could go underneath and go into the U.S. Hey, Faith, how are you? Good to see you. I could go into the U.S. and it would make it a lot shorter if I was to go, all the way down to Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, and then go underneath the Great Lakes and then come back up around Minnesota. Then it wouldn't take as long, probably as long, but still it is still quite long. I mean, I'm literally walking distance from Lake Ontario, though, right? Lake Ontario is just south of me, about probably about a half an hour walk, give or take, maybe a little more, 40 minutes, 45-minute walk, but drive 5 minutes, and I'm at Lake Ontario, which is the largest body of water close to me, Lake Ontario. So yeah. But yeah, crazy geography. You gotta love it. Thanks for bringing it up, Tom. Thanks for bringing it up. And as mentioned, the path is just basically this system, this walkway system throughout the city of Toronto, which literally begins and is centralized at Union Station, which is the big ass train station in Toronto. And it literally tendrils out throughout the city, usually linking up with subway stations and above ground platforms. But they have literally shops upon shops, restaurants, and so on and so on. And literally access to, the business buildings in the business district, and so on and so on. Let's see, approximately 6.8 Englands would fit into Lake Ontario. Isn't that crazy? What? Holy shit, that's a lot. Lake Ontario, really? 6.8? Oh, come on.
Tom's all over the Google like I am.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That'd be crazy. Now I'm gonna.
What's the circumference of Lake Ontario then?
It's not one of the largest lakes. It's not one of the deeps. Wow. Okay, so here it is. Okay, Lake Ontario square mile is 412,581 square miles. So basically, England, they're saying, would fit about 8.19 times. So a lot more than what Tom is saying. That's insane. It would fit, yeah, eight times, 8 Englands, just over 8 Englands would fit in Lake Ontario. Isn't that insane? Wow. Let's see, hold on. See if they get a map. And I'm looking, that just doesn't seem right. That can't be right. No, no, I don't believe. No, there's no way. Lake Ontario would fit. I mean, it's not a big body of water. That can't be right. And we're just talking about England. We're not talking about the entire UK. Yeah, it's massive. I mean, but are we talking about depth? I mean, when you look at it, the map of Ontario, I mean, it doesn't see. England just does not see. Hold on. That can't be right. So the surface area, okay, so the surface area of the five primary lakes combined is roughly equal to the size of the UK. Is England the same size as the no? According to Wikipedia, yeah, England is larger than Lake Ontario. England has a square kilometers of 130,410, where Lake Ontario is 18,000. So who's got it right here? Because that does not, that when you look at the map. Let's see here. So hold on. Okay, wait a second. Let me. So I think it's the other way around. I think it would be like 6.8 Lake Ontario's would fit in England. So I got this graphic right here. Okay, so here's the graphic here. I'm going to pull it up here. And so there you go. There you go. There's Lake Ontario, and there's England. So I mean, yeah, you could fit like 6 to 8 Lake Ontarios in England, maybe, but London is approximately 5. Yeah, I know it's massive, but England's massive though. Like in terms of English population, yeah, isn't that crazy? What's the population of London, Greater London, roughly? 9 million, and Toronto's 2.9. Yeah, exactly. The GTA as they call it, Greater Toronto Area. But as you can see,
I thought London's population was about 8 million, not 9 million, but still, yeah, not far off, I suppose.
roughly. But yeah, that's insane. Let me just see here.
Hello, Nissan.
How's it going, Nissan? How are you? Yeah, so that's crazy. I mean, when you look at the size of Canada in comparison to the United Kingdom, let's see how many Englands would fit in Canada. Let's see, in Canada. So basically 40 times. Canada is the world's second largest, which means the UK could fit into Canada 40 times, give or take.
Wow.
So, I mean, okay, so literally they've got it superimposed here. Each province. So you're looking at, let's see, how big is, okay, so British Columbia. You could, in British Columbia alone, you could probably fit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 times alone in British Columbia. All of the United Kingdom, right? Without that, I think that's without Wales and Ireland. But that's including Scotland and England, the way they have it. Let me just see here. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, eh? That's absolutely crazy. 76 England. So they're saying 9. They're saying 40.
Good girl.
They're saying 40 here, and that's
Hey, Friday.
square kilometers. Let's see.
Friday, welcome to the stream. If you're not really interested in geography, run away quick, escape now.
Hey, Friday, how are you? Good to see you. 76. Where are you getting your? Where are you getting it? Where do you get 76? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, no, that's what. Okay, so I put in England. How many Englands would fit in Canada? And it came off the UK. Sorry, you're right. You're correct. Let's redo this again. All right, England's. Let's see. So literally, Okay, no, that's not it. Mainland Britain fits comfortably inside Ontario, Quebec, and Manitoba. You could probably squeeze 2 United Kingdoms into Quebec, probably maybe 3, 2 into Ontario. Wow, that's insane. And like I said, I'm just looking at the map. So here, look, just to give you an idea, of the kind of what they're playing with here. This is mainland Britain, UK, right? So there you go. Right there. So literally one fits comfortably inside of
That's weird to look. That's really strange to look at, man.
Isn't that crazy? Right, and then one in Quebec, but when you look at it and you maneuver it over, you could probably get like 3, maybe almost 4 in Quebec, 2 in Ontario, but they don't have Southern Ontario down here. So I mean, that's Northern Ontario. So I mean, Southern Ontario, there's still a lot more room down there. You could probably fit a lot more. No, it doesn't include Northern Ireland. It doesn't include that. No, I mean, let's look. Let's see other maps here. Let's see. Let's see here. Maps. No.
Right. Okay.
Wait,
I put my cookie. I put my cookie.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
How much UK's?
If you was to square all that land from Canada and then square, like, just make it into a cube, the area, make it into a cube, and then you could overlay and see how many you could actually fit in there perfectly.
Yeah. So here you go. Here's a map here that if you're to place it square in the middle of Canada, the UK, this is what it would look like. This is what it would look like here. Right? This is what it would look like. Right there. So there's the UK in the middle of Canada.
We look so tiny.
So crazy, isn't it?
That's our country. See, look, I'm going to show my little girl now. You see
Yeah.
that
Isn't
red
that
bit there?
insane?
Oh, yeah, it's our country.
It's our country, isn't it?
It
Right? You
looks
see,
like a person.
see all the pink behind it?
Yeah.
That's Steve's country. Look how small our country is to his country.
Well, our country's big in this.
I love that. She kind of, like, honest to God, like, she kind of give a face like, no, I'm not having this. And then as she walks down, our country's like, yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Tom, where in Ontario were you living?
Look. Santa.
Don't show the camera. Don't put it back.
Went the wrong way. Sorry. Let's see.
I'm taking it off now. Come on.
I won't show him.
I've shown it already.
No, he didn't see it.
It's there. There you go. Shake it
Okay.
up.
Even Australia. Jesus. When you look at
Yeah.
Australia.
Right.
What's this one? This is crazy.
Keep going. Keep going.
So here you go. Look at this. These are the different countries that fit into Canada. This is crazy. This is insane. Looking at this. This is look at this. Look.
Hello, I am the water bag.
You know. Spain and Quebec, France and Ontario, Italy and Manitoba, Germany and holy crap, UK and BC. Holy crap!
Do you think countries do you think small countries have a complex, and that's why we've been up and kicked loads of heads in trying to say that we dominated the place?
Well, you know what? You often hear, and I've heard this so many times. When somebody from Europe comes over and visits Canada and goes, "Oh my God, it's so wide open." I don't get why you're just building in one place, right? I mean, when you look at Canada, the population is primarily along this border, right, with the U.S., right, 90% of it. And that's where all the big cities are. And you're like, when you venture into some of these, except for say Alberta, you got Edmonton and Calgary and stuff like that. But I mean, Ontario, there's nothing in northern Ontario except for like the boreal forest lands. Same with Quebec. It's just wooded with small little, you might have a small little town or a fishing town or whatever. Oh, you lived in Mississauga. Oh God. Yeah, I was in Mississauga for a better part of my early years. I was glad to get out of there, man. Queen Street Rest and the Italy bit of TO. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But yeah, Mississauga was horrible. I didn't like I don't like Mississauga. It's bad now. It's I hate to say it, but yeah, it's really changed. Mississauga, yeah. It's I think changed for the worse, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of Canada has changed for the worst, and that's because of a lot of things politically driven. So I'm not really going to get into that shit, but yeah, there you go. Look at Spain, France, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, and UK can all fit in here nice and comfortably, and even more. You want to put Sweden and Denmark and all the other countries in the European sort of union you could fit in. That's just insane. How much land mass? There's so much, and obviously, and that's why Canada's main resources. It's fucking, it's the natural resources that Canada has, right? Logging, paper, wood, coal. Not so much coal anymore, but what you call it, oil. Oil is huge. I think only next to Iran, I believe, Iran, Saudi Arabia, or whatever, in terms of the amount of oil that's refined in Alberta alone is just insane. It's big enough having the English Channel between us and France. Exactly. It's just massive. But yeah, traveling across Canada is an adventure in itself. It literally, if you were to go from, the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, you're looking at, probably 5 days, roughly about five days, roughly, depending on where you want to, have a break and what you want to see and traffic and everything else. Because I'll tell you, driving through Toronto is horrible. It's one of the worst places for traffic. The infrastructure is horrible. It's just absolutely horrendous. But yeah. The transit system is ridiculous. Like the when you look at the British tube, the underground, and you compare it to Toronto's, there is no comparison at all. I would get totally lost in the British tube. Canada's Toronto is just simple, and it's horrible. It's one of the worst. They should have expanded it years ago. But now it's increasingly harder to do this because of the population growth. Europe is only about 2% larger than Canada, covering 10.9. But anyways, I think that's about it, Sab. I'm going to have to cut this down. I got to get going, but you know what, buddy? Good to see you. Good to have you on again.
Thank you for having me.
And look forward to the next time, Sab. Take care.
All right, mate. Thank you.
Everybody in chat, nice to see you. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.